Imagine you studied hard for years, got the degree, got the job, the stable, respectable, good-paying job, and then one day you just quit to make videos online.
And your parents look at you like you just said something in a language they don't understand.
Exactly. And that is happening everywhere right now. Young people are walking away from traditional careers, and today we want to talk about why.
Hey, everyone. We're really happy you're here with us today.
Seriously, wherever you are right now, just relax, listen, and let the English flow naturally into you.
That's it. No pressure. Just a real conversation. And your English improves without you even trying.
All right, Mia, let's get into it.
Okay, Alex. So Gen Z, young people, roughly born between the late 1990s and early 2010s. They're doing something that previous generations find really hard to understand.
They're quitting. Or they're not even starting. Like, they're looking at the traditional path and saying, no thank you.
And the traditional path is what exactly, for our listeners?
Go to school, study hard, get a degree, get a stable job at a company, work there for 30 years, retire.
That was the dream for so long, for so many generations.
It was. My parents believed in that completely. Like, a stable job meant a good life. And a conversation.
Same, Alex. And I understand where that thinking comes from. They grew up in times that were harder, less certain. So stability felt like everything.
But Gen Z grew up differently. They grew up with the internet, with YouTube, with people making a living doing things that didn't even exist as jobs 20 years ago.
Like being a content creator, a podcaster, a freelance designer, a coach online.
And they're looking at those options and thinking, wait, why would I sit in an office for 8 hours a day doing something I don't care about when I could build something of my own?
And honestly, Alex, I kind of understand that.
Me too.
Alex, let's talk about the first important word from today. Traditional. Traditional. Traditional.
What does traditional mean? It means the old way, the usual way, the way things have been done for a long time.
Traditional isn't bad. It just means this is how people have always done it. This is the expected path.
Where do people use this word? Everywhere. Jobs, family, food, weddings, values.
Like, my grandmother cooks traditional food. That means she cooks the old recipes, the classic ones.
Or he has very traditional values. That means he believes in the old ways of thinking about life.
When do people say it? When they're comparing old ways with new ways, or when they want to describe something that hasn't changed much.
And here's the interesting thing. Traditional isn't always a compliment. Sometimes people say it to mean stuck in the past, not open to change.
Right. It depends on the tone.
Quick scene. 2 coworkers, Maya and Daniel, having lunch.
Maya says, "Did you hear? Kevin quit his job at the bank. He's going to teach yoga full time."
Daniel says, really? His family must be upset. They're very traditional.
Maya says, "Yeah, his dad wants him to go back to a traditional career."
Daniel says, I get it, but Kevin seems so much happier now.
Traditional. Now you feel it. It's not just a word. It's a whole mindset, a whole world.
I want to share something. When I was younger, I had this picture in my head of what success looked like.
What did it look like?
Office, suit, business cards, meetings, a title after my name.
The full package.
The full package. And for a while, I chased that. And I got some of it. And then I sat at that desk one afternoon and thought, I am so bored. And I don't know who I'm doing this for.
That moment. I think so many people have had that exact moment.
Right? And that's what Gen Z is saying. We don't want to wait until we're 40 to have that realization.
They're asking the question earlier, like, what do I actually want? What makes me feel alive?
And those are really brave questions to ask, because the traditional path doesn't encourage those questions.
No,
The traditional path says, don't ask, just follow the steps. Just be stable.
And stability is important, Mia. I'm not saying it isn't.
But stability without meaning is just a very comfortable cage.
Wow. Say that again.
Stability without meaning is just a very comfortable cage.
That is so true.
There's a word that comes up constantly when people talk about Gen Z and work, and that word is burnout. Burnout. Burnout.
Oh, yes. This word is everywhere right now.
So what is burnout? Imagine a candle. It burns beautifully, it gives light, but if it never stops burning, eventually it runs out completely. It has nothing left.
That's burnout. When a person works too hard for too long without rest, they reach a point where they feel completely empty.
No energy, no motivation, no joy, even for things they used to love.
Where do people use this word? Work, school, sports, parenting, any area of life where someone is giving a lot for a long time.
When do people say it? When someone is exhausted, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally too.
Like, she's been working 70 hours a week. I think she's heading toward burnout.
Or, I had to take a month off. I was completely burned out.
Why do native speakers use it? Because burnout is a real, recognized experience. It's not laziness, it's not weakness. It's what happens when a person gives everything and gets nothing back. And Gen Z, more than any other generation, is talking openly about burnout.
Because they watched their parents burn out, and they decided they didn't want the same thing.
Quick scene. Two friends, Priya and Sam, at a coffee shop.
Priya says, "You look tired. Are you okay?"
Sam says, honestly, not really. I think I'm burning out.
Prilla says, from work?
Sam says, everything. Work, responsibilities. I wake up exhausted before the day even starts.
Priya says, you need to slow down. Burnout is serious. It doesn't just go away.
Sam sighs. I know. I just don't know how to stop.
That conversation is happening in coffee shops all over the world right now, Alex.
Every single day.
You know, Alex, I think one of the best things about these conversations is that they feel real. Like we're actually talking about things that matter.
Completely. And I think that's exactly how English should be learned, through real topics, real words, real feelings.
So if this feels good to you, if you're enjoying listening and learning at the same time, please subscribe. We make a new conversation every single week.
Different topics, real English, and we're always here, Mia and me, ready to talk.
We really appreciate every single person who listens. It means a lot.
Mia, let me ask you this. Do you think Gen Z is right to walk away from traditional careers, or is it a little unrealistic?
Honest answer? Both.
Both?
I think the instinct is right. The desire for meaning, for balance, for work that actually feels good. That's healthy. That's smart.
Agreed.
But sometimes I think the execution is difficult because freedom has a price. Building something yourself is hard. It's uncertain. It's scary.
You don't have a regular paycheck, you don't have benefits, you don't have someone telling you what to do each day.
And for some people, that freedom is energizing. They love it.
But for others, that uncertainty is paralyzing. It makes them freeze.
So I think it's not about traditional versus non-traditional. It's about knowing yourself.
Knowing what you actually need. What makes you feel secure? What makes you feel alive?
And that's honestly hard to know when you're 22.
It's hard to know when you're 32.
Fair point. I keep coming back to this word. Fulfillment. Fulfillment.
fulfillment.
Yes, this is such an important word for this conversation.
What does fulfillment mean? It means a deep feeling of satisfaction. Like you did something meaningful, something that mattered, and you feel complete because of it.
It's not just happiness. Happiness can come from small things, a good meal, a funny movie.
Fulfillment is deeper. It's the feeling that your life has purpose, that your work matters, that you are becoming who you are supposed to be.
Where do people use it? Conversations about careers, relationships, personal goals. Anytime someone is talking about whether their life feels meaningful.
When do people say it? When they're reflecting, when they're being honest about whether their current path is right for them.
Like, the job pays well, but I don't feel any fulfillment.
Or she left her corporate job to work with children. She says she's never felt more fulfillment.
And why do people care about this word so much right now? Because a whole generation is realizing money is not enough. Status is not enough. You need to feel something.
Quick scene. A father and son, Robert and Jake, having dinner.
Robert says, "You've been at that company 3 years now. Good salary, good position. Are you happy?"
Jake is quiet for a moment, then says, I'm okay, Dad, but honestly, I don't feel much fulfillment.
Robert says, "What do you mean?"
Jake says, I do the work, I get paid, but at the end of the day, nothing feels meaningful.
Robert thinks, then says quietly, "I felt that too. I just never had a word for it."
That last line, Mia, that's everything.
A whole generation that never had a word for it, and now their kids do.
Okay, Mia, final thought. Why is Gen Z really quitting traditional careers?
I think it's simple. They want fulfillment. They want balance. They've seen burnout up close in their parents and older siblings, and they're saying no.
They grew up with a world that showed them there are other ways to live, other ways to earn, other ways to matter.
And they're brave enough, or maybe stubborn enough, to try those ways.
Maybe both.
Maybe both. But I respect it, even when it's hard, even when it doesn't work perfectly.
Because the question they're asking, what kind of life do I actually want, is a question every generation should ask more honestly.
And maybe Gen Z is just the first to ask it out loud, early, unapologetically.
That's actually kind of beautiful.